Hey, Joanne here from the Shrink Shop, and today we're going to talk about the water-soluble vitamin B12. I was having a conversation with my mom who takes the B12 injections, and she's hoping it will increase her energy. So let's talk about this very popular vitamin. Yes, we take it for low energy, but what does it actually do? It is it's required for red blood cells. It is used for the synthesis of our DNA, what makes us us. And it helps with the function, energy function, nervous system function, and brain function. It's only found naturally in animal products. So it can be the animal or something that comes from the animal. So it can be the fish, salmon, it can be the meat, the poultry, the eggs, the yolks, the milk, especially organ meat when we're talking about meat. And the recommended daily allowance is between 2.4 and 2.6 micrograms. So who needs it most? It's definitely a supplement I take daily, but who needs it most? So let's talk about older people. Let's talk about my mom. Well, the reason that B12 is very popular with older people is because the B12 that's found in food is actually bound to the food. So it has to be digested, and we have to get those stomach acids to break the food down to get the full benefits of B12. Well, as you get older, your digestive system slows down. You might not be producing as much stomach acid, and or you can have gut health problems, and that's going to really affect your ability to get that B12 out of the food. With older people, one of the symptoms of B12 deficiency is brain function, and it is often, very sadly, misdiagnosed as Alzheimer's, but that's how profound a deficiency of B12 can show up, especially with the elderly. Thankfully, we can take a B12 injection a B12 supplement or injection, but a B12 supplement because the supplement form is already in the active form. It doesn't have to be broken away from food. So it's a very simple way of getting a B12 and an easy supplement to take. Who else? So the elderly should definitely take it. Vegans, vegetarians, it only comes from animals, so animal proteins. So vegans, vegetarians, it's really a good idea to take a B12 supplement. Now, there are plenty of cereals and grains that are fortified with B12, and that's great, but it's kind of easy just to take a supplement as well. So if you don't eat much animal product, definitely B12 is a supplement for you. Do you need an injection? Well, my mom gets a shot, and it's obviously probably the most powerful way to take it. Maybe, if you're elderly, maybe vegan. If you have compromised gut health, I would say definitely taking the injectable form would be not a bad thing to do. Or if you're somebody that's already been recognized as having a deficiency of B12, then maybe a shot of that is a good thing. How do you know if you're deficient? So to be deficient, you're going to have low energy. That's the one we always think of as B12. But what else? Fatigue, muscle weakness, long-term deficiency can actually shrink the brain. But maybe when you get to that point, you don't even know you're deficient. Sad, cruel joke. Anyway, I'm going to sit down for a second. Hold on. Oh my gosh. So the good news is your liver can store about 5 years worth of B12. So if you recently cut out animal protein, then you might be okay. Or if you recently had a stomach problem, gut health problem, then you could be okay. Your liver could have that little storage that you need. What else? Okay, so if your stomach plays a role in this, then anyone that's had anything to do with the GI tract surgery, or somebody that's had the lap band for weight loss, then you start messing around with your GI tract, then that's going to affect your ability to absorb B12. Who else? Oh my gosh, yes, of course, bodybuilders. So there is an amino acid called methionine, which is found in protein and it's converted into homeocysteine, which is, if homeocysteine builds up, it can be very toxic. Now, B12 and also B6 actually neutralize the toxicity of the homeocysteine. So if you're eating a lot of protein, but you are deficient in B12 or B6, then that homeocysteine can build up, and then again, it is toxic, and that can be a problem. So if you are a bodybuilder or somebody that eats a very high protein diet, and you have say you have gut health or you have intestinal problems, then yeah, I would definitely take B12 to be on the safe side. Who else? Ladies, pregnant ladies. So B12, just like everything else, it crosses the placenta to the baby. If the mama has given up protein or doesn't eat protein, animal protein, I should say, when she's pregnant, then the baby can be deficient at birth. And to look at the real scary side of that, that leads to neurological damage. Lady, ask your doctors about that, but I'm sure it's in your prenatals, but that's one reason that B12 is important. And again, it doesn't mean you have to eat protein, but if you're not, animal protein, but if you're not, then it is definitely the supplement for you. We spoke about stomach acid, right? So B12 is bound in food, it's bound to the food, it has to be broken down. And that needs, stomach acids. So any medication that messes with your stomach acids, anything you're taking for heartburn, acid reflux, if you're reducing stomach acid, you're reducing your ability to break down B12. So that is one drug that's maybe, the stomach acid medications are very popular. Prescribed frequently, so they can be a problem. And again, this can be with the elderly, metformin is the other medication that it might compromise the absorption of B12. So in summary, this vitamin, it's water soluble, so you don't have to worry too much about taking too much of it. It has a very low potential for toxicity. I would put your parent on auto ship so their brains don't shrink. Sorry, another sick joke. Put yourself on auto ship so your brain doesn't shrink. Supplements provide the form of B12 that is active and available, so you don't have to worry too much about the availability from food. So either if you're eating a good amount of animal product, animal protein, and your gut health is good, you might be fine. I feel like I'm like that. I eat animal protein. I feel like my gut health is fine, but I still take it. Why not? The B12 supplements are in a synthetic form, and so if you're vegan or vegetarian, you don't have to worry about a conflict there. And I take it daily. And my parents take it daily, and hope this helps. It's a very popular supplement, and hopefully this explains why. Okay, Joanne from the Shrink Shop, hope you enjoyed it. Next time, bye.